Well, that was some boring music.
Spike?
Come on, where's the Justin Bieber? Where's the Katy Perry? Where's the Fall Out Boy?
Noddle, you have witch powers. Turn him into a chipmunk and feed him to the owl outside.
I will do no such thing. We're here to talk about our website.
HomeCanineNeutering.com?
What?
No! InvaderPet.com, where people can check out our comic strips or locate bookstores selling bookmarks with our comics on them. So, listeners, want to see comics of me, Noddle the Witch, my pets Kaylee Cat and Spike Beagle? Go to InvaderPet.com and check us out.
Seriously, though, you guys really have a canine neutering website?
Hey everyone! Want to know how you can help Let's Talk About the Music stay on the air and earn some VIP privileges at the same time? Go to patreon.com/LTATM radio to find out how you can get involved. That's patreon.com. Let's talk about the music.
Magical Things offers fantasy art for festival and everyday living, featuring the fine arts and craft creations of Marjorie Delaney on practical printed products such as journals, mugs, costuming, wearable art, formal wear, and accessories. We also carry a line of magical supplies, including candles, oils, herbs, and limited ritual items. All items are created in a scenic studio space in Culpeper, Virginia, and available throughout the world online, as well as at festivals and events. Magical Things offers custom creations too, such as costuming, illustrations, and more. Come visit us at magicalfantasy.com.
On Wednesday, November 16th, hang out with the band Shakespeare's Unit and hear their unique style. We'll talk about the history and culture of the city of Jacmel, Haiti, in which they were born, and how the group came to be. Listen in from 8 p.m. to midnight on Let's Talk About the Music.
And we're back. And real quickly, I'm Shels. I'm here in Tacoma. If you guys don't know where that is, you can Google it.
Drink.
And he's Spider in Ohio.
Yes. Don't be angry. I know. Battleground State.
And normally our guest is in Portland, Oregon, but he's actually in Seattle. We got Julian from Erotic City, and we're talking about his independent musician band, J-Ride. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, cool. I'm sure I got it right. Yay, got it right. And this is your segment where people get to ask you questions inside the chat room. So they're so busy dancing, I think they forgot their questions. So we'll let them figure out what kind of questions and just throw it in the chat room. So we're going to go back to me and Spider to asking you some stuff. So your songwriting, because I'm listening to your music, they're so not junky, jumpy and music and all this stuff. So I know Prince is one of your inspiration, but who else inspires you to write your music?
It's pretty much from what I hear. You know, I can be inspired from almost anybody. So, I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of rockabilly. Like, I think, you know, my first big introduction was like Little Richard and Chuck Berry. You know, and got into James Brown and Stones, Flying the Family Stones and all that kind of stuff after that. And then it just went into this other thing when I, you know, as I kept getting older. My oldest sister, who was 5 years older than me, she was already listening to all that other R&B music and Motown and all of that stuff and dance and R&B music. So I started getting into a whole bunch of that. Then I think when I was like 10, I shifted gears again and started checking out rock bands like Kiss, and Queen, and Zeppelin, and going to those rock concerts and checking out the Ramones and the Runaways and all of that stuff, you know, and Van Halen's, and yeah, it just kept going on. So, you know, I just kind of grew with all this musical stuff that I liked. So when I'm writing, like when you hear I Want to Funk You, you know, you're hearing that, listening to a certain kind of music genre. You know, it's slow, it's funky, it's got heavy bass and drums. You take a song like Johnny's Gonna Make You Dance, it's got a lot more rock guitar, the tempo's more up, you know, so it kind of lets you see like, oh yeah, this guy's listening to all kind of different styles of music. It's not one style where you played 9 songs and they all sound the same. Or you can tell, they're, you know, it's going to be like, yeah, that sounds almost like the other song, just a little bit different. Where with me, I try to make them all completely different, but still in the same company. You know what I mean? Where you can be like, yeah, that's different from that song, but I still like it.
Now, how often do you get a chance to listen to, like, the latest and greatest kind of music, like music from the last year or two? Do you ever get a chance to just sit down and listen to new stuff, or is that kind of like just never have time for it?
I think when I'm on tour, it's different because, you know, you got a lot more of your time in the day focused on that. Traveling, doing shows, setting up. I mean, it's a ton of stuff, especially with me, because I'm the guy who's putting it all together. So my workload is tremendous when it comes to that. When I get into creative mode, I try to like listen to what's out there just to see what people are listening to, seeing what artists are doing with music. So yeah, I'll go out there and stick my head out the window and take a look around and see what's happening. And not to say like, oh, I need to like listen to what's happening so I can sound like them. I just want to know what it is other people are doing. So when I put my stuff out there, I can be like, hey, okay, this kind of fits in, but I see that they're all doing it. You know, when I see stuff like when Bruno Mars did the Uptown Funk and stuff like that. It was different from his other stuff, but it was still like an introduction of stuff where you could be like, oh, wow, he just took some styles of music that was actually kind of a little more retro, you know, before the time of, you know, 70s and 80s, and made it popular again with a new twist, which kind of lets you know that, hey, this is cool. To introduce people to that kind of stuff, and they still dig it. It doesn't have to be so space age in the future that you can't appreciate really good music from back in the day.
Do you have any standout songs or albums from the last year, from let's say from 2016, that are just like, hey, I just listened to this year, and this would be my pick if I was picking an album of the year. This is awesome stuff.
It depends. I mean, like, I like Adele. I like Bruno. I like a lot of people. I mean, but I don't think there's anything that I'm saying like, "Ooh, this is my standout thing." I'm really appreciating like what certain artists are putting out there, and seeing how different it is from each other. Where they're all doing that. Like Adele, she's completely different from everybody else. You know what I mean? Most of her songs are all powerful ballads. You know, she's a beautiful girl, but she's not flaunting it with sexuality. You know, it's more of a different kind of beauty with her. You know, and her voice carries and just transcends through all of this kind of stuff, and it makes you appreciate something like that. And yet, she's the same age generation of all these other pretty girls. So it just kind of lets you know, like, wow, that's great. And then you got somebody else doing other stuff, you know, Bruno, of course, and people like him, challenging the, you know, where it doesn't always have to be all hardcore hip-hop and all that kind of stuff to sell a record, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
And I still love listening to the rock legends, you know, the Aerosmiths and all of them cats. They're still out there, still doing it. It sounds just as good, you know? I mean, if I had a choice of, you know, to pick some people that put on like a showcase album, oh yeah, it'll definitely be a lot of the old greats too. They're not going to be here much longer, you know. So to do something, do something with them, yeah, that's legendary. You know, you're sharing something that has, you know, somebody created this stuff when it happened. It wasn't like, oh yeah, this is just like another Justin Bieber song, you know. No, this is somebody who was part of this real music revolution when it happened. You know, when it was changing, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right, so we got questions into the chat room, so we'll go one question at a time. Mrs. Spider, she's asked, "Oh, you're from Portland. My friend's son lives there. What has been your favorite place to visit so far? So besides Portland, where is your favorite place to go visit on your tour?"
On my tour to go visit?
Yeah, favorite places that you like to visit. Not too sure if she's asking me in Portland or state. Yeah, I don't know if she's asking in Portland or where's, but just so I guess favorite place to visit. I guess so. I don't know.
Oh well, I mean in Portland, we just did a show at the Spare Room. One of my favorite spots is in Northeast Portland. A lot of people call it a dive bar, but it's really cool. There's a lot of cool energy up in that place when we play there. You know, when we went out to New York recently, you know, that was awesome. You know, because that's a great musical town, and I haven't been there in a while. We just went crazy with California for 4 months and hit all those places down there, and that was amazing. I would love to come back and do that again. You know, when we did Texas, those shows down there, they were insane. You know, when I went to Canada, wow. All these places I would love to go back and visit again.
Cool.
I mean, those were where I had some of the best experiences ever doing shows.
I don't know.
Manzanita, when we do Manzanita, the coast, and it's a small place, but it's an insane place down there, man.
Crazy.
Those beach bunnies, they go nuts. Love down there.
All right.
I don't mean beach bunnies as in girls. I mean, I call them people. I call them beach bunnies, you know. But they all walk in there with their little, it can be like the sexiest party, and everybody's walking in there with their flip-flops and cargo shirts, and you know, they think that's the coolest thing in life. Oh,
it's like when we went to Hawaii a few years back. There's all the people who are like, oh yeah, they work out, they do all the stuff to look good in their swimsuits. But then there's people like maybe like 65-year-old guys in like G-strings and stuff wandering around because they don't care. They think they look good, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell them otherwise. I'm probably not going to look too close at them myself. But hey, you know, whatever that makes them feel happy.
Yeah, right.
All right. Another question she asks us to. She has two more, and then I'll go with Holly's question. She goes, what is all your instruments that you can play, and which one is your favorite?
I can play the guitar, keyboards, bass, drums, harmonica. I can play an 88-string harp and a viola, a little cello, a stand-up bass. Those are pretty much all the related instruments around the same thing I play, but they're just different. But yeah, those. And what was the other question again?
What was your favorite one to play?
I play and what else?
Yeah.
Which ones are my favorite?
Yeah.
My two favorite piano and guitar.
Cool.
Those are my two favorites.
Alrighty, and her other question is, so she loves Lenny Kravitz, so is he fine in person?
Is he fine in person?
Yeah.
I'm not counting the muscles on his stomach and looking at him like that. You know, if that's what she means, I'm not counting his six-pack. Is he a cool person to talk to? Yes. You know. He's very down to earth, yeah. You know, and he's very sociable and laid back. But he is what he is with you, whatever